Welcome back to my channel, Beauty Queens, and it's always a pleasure to have you guys watching. I'm always eager to bring you guys new content. So we are going to jump right into this video. In this video, I'm going to be making a wig. I was sent Brazilian Bundles 1-pack solution with 13x4 natural temple frontal from the Janet collection. They sent me color 613. I'm going to be doing a red wig. As you can see in the beginning, I did the watercolor. I showed you guys, well, I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do the watercolor because there's so many videos out there with the watercolor method. But this frontal is very unique. It has, like, the middle is like a regular closure, but then on the sides, it doesn't go all the way back 4 inches. It just would cover your hairline. In the beginning, I thought it was going to be a little difficult because I've never worked with this type of frontal before, but it actually worked out really, really well. And the hair did really, really well as well. If you're not familiar with the Janet collection, they are in your local beauty supply store, and it is very affordable. I will send you guys, well, not send, but I will leave the link in the description bar if you would like to purchase. You know, because not everybody has a whole lot of money to, you know, buy these really expensive bundles, and they are very affordable. So as you can see, like I showed you, this is how the sides look. It only is about a 1/2 inch on each side, and then like a regular closure in the middle. So what I'm doing is I'm pinning the frontal down on the wig cap on each side so I can begin to sew onto the cap. Now, I'm using a red cap because I'm using red hair. It just, you know, it looks better. It would blend better, you know. I personally feel like whatever color you decide to use in the hair, if you're going to use blue hair, if you're going to use black hair, whatever hair you're using, I feel like your cap should match. That's my personal preference. So I'm showing you guys how this looks on each side. So now I'm going to start to sew. I don't know what's going wrong with my speech right now. I'm going to start to sew. So the trick with this is you want to lie the frontal down and just sew the back part where there's no hair. You don't want to sew the hair onto the cap. So if you can see where I'm putting my needle at, I'm going to start sewing the very back where the hair stops, and that whole line up until where you reach the part that's closure like. I'm going to go all the way around and outline that. That part will be on the cap, but the sides will not be on the cap because you need to be able to customize the sides a little bit. So pay attention how I am sewing this onto your cap. It can be a little tricky, but it's easy for the most part. So as you can see, I stitched that first side. So this is what it should look like if you guys decide that you want to make a wig using these this hair. This is how you would stitch your first side, and then after this you would go to the opposite side and you would stitch that side. When you do that side, you can actually go all the way around the rest of the closure. With a regular closure, I always do the same thing. I always stitch one side, then the next side, and then the back. The back is always last. You just want to make sure that You pull both sides as tightly as you can, and then the back kind of just stays in place where it's at. Okay, so as you can see, we've stitched all the way around the entire frontal. Now we are going to take the cap off, and we're going to get rid of the excess cap that is not sewn. where the middle of the frontal is, because we do not need it. And then I'm just going to place it back on top of the cap to begin to sew my tracks. But I will show you guys how this looks on the inside once you cut the cap from underneath. So this is what it looks like. You have no excess cap on the sides because you've sewn in front of the cap, but in the middle you did sew above. I mean, what am I saying? You in the middle you've actually sewn onto the cap, so you have to cut that part off just like you would do with a regular closure. Yes, so now we're gonna place our cap right back onto the wig head, and we're gonna start to sew our tracks. What I'm also gonna do is cut the excess lace. Now you don't want to cut all the way to where you stop, because you don't want it to unravel. You don't want your stitches to unravel. You want everything to stay secure. So when you cut your lace, don't get rid of it all, but you can come maybe about a half an inch after your stitch. Now we're going to begin to lay our tracks down. Our first track is going to go from each side of the closure just to make our wig complete. You really don't want to have too many gaps and openings and things like that. So I just like to do the first track from each point of the end of the closure. I do that with any regular frontal, any 5x5, 4x4, 6x6, any type of closure. I always do that, so it is seamless. So here you go. You're going to stitch from one side to the next. Another tip that I have told you guys before, please do not sew through the entire wig. Do not, because it will be tight. There's layers to the wig, and when you put your needle in, you can feel it. It is going to take away the elasticity of the band if you sew completely through the entire cap. So just sew through the top layer of the cap when you're laying your tracks down, please, and your wig will fit properly. Doesn't this look so nice? It's nice and neat. I'm going to put one more track above this one, and after I do that, then we're going to speed up the video. You guys still will be able to see how the tracks are being laid on row by row, but it won't be, I won't do it at this speed. We can do it at a faster pace. I'm laying the tracks in a C shape. So as I get to the top of the head, the tracks are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So we got our frontal on, we have our bundles in, and here is what it looks like before we style it. Our wig is almost done. Here's what the inside looks like. Now we're going to put it right back onto the wig cap so I can style it. I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot to let you know that these bundles are 18, 20, and 22. So if you like this length, that is the length that you will buy. They also have shorter lengths. These 3 lengths is the longest that they have in the 1-pack solution. Now I'm going to go in and customize the hairline so that when we put it on, it looks super, super natural. Because who doesn't like a natural looking frontal? My model is going to be getting a center part. So I'm parting for her center part now. And then I'm going to mold the part down. Now it's time to straighten. So there she goes. That is my model. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but that is Nunu Nell. She is the URL princess. If you're familiar with Smack, you may have seen her before, but she is loving her hair. And I'm going to leave all of the information for you guys in the description box for the Brazilian Bundles 1-pack solution with Natural Temple Frontal 613. They also have a natural brown color. And yes, so do not forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm definitely going to be back with another video for you guys. And see you guys later.